The 7 demigods ranked by power. What's up, guys? Today we're ranking the 7 from weakest to strongest based on raw power, abilities, versatility, and how dangerous they are at their peak. And yeah, before anyone gets mad, this is all opinion based on feats from heroes of Olympus and later books. So let's get into it. Number 7, Piper McLean. Starting off, we've got Piper McLean. Now, Piper is definitely not weak. In fact, she's probably the most underrated member of the 7. Her main power is charm speak, which basically lets her control or influence people with her voice. And this power gets insane later in the series. She can put monsters to sleep, confuse enemies, force people to obey commands, even affect powerful beings like giants. The crazy thing about Piper is that she doesn't win fights through brute force. She wins through manipulation and intelligence. But compared to the others, her powers are less destructive physically. She's not causing earthquakes or summoning hurricanes. Still, in the right situation, Piper could honestly beat stronger demigods just by talking. Number 6, Leo Valdez. Next up is Leo Valdez. Leo is probably the smartest member of the 7 and one of the most versatile. As a son of Hephaestus, he can control fire, resist heat, build basically anything, repair machines instantly. And unlike most children of Hephaestus, Leo can actually generate fire naturally, which is supposed to be super rare. This man literally built the Argo too, fought giant mechanical monsters, and survived situations that should have killed him. His biggest advantage is preparation. Give Leo time, and he'll come back with explosives, gadgets, and some insane plan. The reason he's not higher is because physically, he's not on the same level as the top 5. If someone like Percy or Jason gets close, Leo's probably cooked. But overall, extremely dangerous. Number 5, Annabeth Chase. At number 5, we have Annabeth Chase. Now, technically, Annabeth has the least flashy powers here because she's a daughter of Athena. No elementale videtis. No fire. No storms. But what she does have is intelligence. And honestly, that's carried the 7 multiple times. Annabeth is a master strategist, one of the best fighters in the group, extremely adaptable, basically impossible to outsmart. She survived Tartarus using pure intelligence and skill. And remember, in Greek mythology, Athena kids are dangerous because they think 10 steps ahead. In a random fight, Annabeth probably loses to the higher-ranked characters. But in an actual war scenario, she becomes terrifying. Number 4, Hazel Levesque. Coming in at number 4 is Hazel Levesque. Hazel's powers are actually kind of broken when you think about it. As a daughter of Pluto, she can control precious metals and gems underground, manipulate the mist, create illusions, confuse enemies, sense underground passages, and later in the series, her mist manipulation becomes insanely powerful. The mist basically controls perception and reality to an extent, meaning Hazel can trick people into seeing almost anything. That's honestly one of the scariest abilities in the entire Reardonverse. She also has solid combat skill and undead/underworld connections because, she literally came back from the dead. Hazel's power ceiling is honestly massive. Number 3, Frank Zhang. At number 3, we've got Frank Zhang. Frank is an absolute monster. At first, he seems like the gentle giant of the group, but his abilities are ridiculously overpowered. As a son of Mars, he already has super strength, combat instinct, military skill, but then you add his other power, shape-shifting, and not just one animal either, any animal. Dragons, bears, birds, giant predators. Frank can become basically whatever he needs. That alone makes him one of the most versatile fighters in the series. And by the end of the books, Frank becomes way more confident and starts using his powers properly. Honestly, if he fully mastered his abilities, he could arguably rank even higher. Number 2, Jason Grace. And number 2 is Jason Grace. Jason is basically a Roman version of Percy with sky powers. As the son of Jupiter, he can control lightning, fly, summon storms, create massive wind blasts. And this guy was powerful before the series even started. He defeated Titans, fought giants, and became praetor of Camp Jupiter at a ridiculously young age. Jason's powers are insanely destructive. A single lightning strike from him can obliterate monsters instantly. And unlike a lot of demigods, Jason fights like an actual trained soldier. He's disciplined, experienced, and incredibly dangerous in open combat. The only reason he isn't number one is because Percy Jackson exists. Number one, Percy Jackson. Obviously, number one is Percy Jackson. Percy is honestly unfair. As the son of Poseidon, his abilities are ridiculous. Water control, hurricanes, krisigern, underwater breathing, super healing in water, animal communication, massive physical strength. And the craziest part? Most of the time, Percy barely even understands how powerful he is. This man has fought gods and titans, survived Tartarus, controlled entire rivers, created hurricanes strong enough to destroy armies. And let's not forget the poison scene in Tartarus, where Percy controlled poison itself through liquid manipulation. That moment alone showed how terrifying Percy could become if he ever stopped holding back. Even other demigods in the series acknowledge that Percy is built different. At his peak, Percy honestly feels closer to a minor god than a normal demigod. So yeah, that's my ranking of the 7 from weakest to strongest. But honestly, Reardon made all 7 powerful in completely different ways. Subscribe.